Good Thursday morning to you, prayer team. God bless you for joining me again this morning. We have a lot of things to be praying about. Joseph Murray, who is Jenny Perkins' brother-in-law, suffered severe burns on one side of his back, arm, and leg yesterday in a brush pile accident. As of last night, the burns were at level 2, and doctors say grafts will not be needed if the burns stay at that level. So Jenny asked us to pray specifically that the burns stay at level 2 and get even better. Sue Helton Morris requests prayer for her nephew Dwayne. He's paralyzed on his left side due to strokes. Deidre Searfoss also suffered stroke recently, and we're waiting to hear the extent of the damage. Ed Ogden has requested prayer for his sister-in-law Cheryl and his brother Steve. Cheryl's health suddenly declined for no apparent reason after a recent trip, and let's pray for God's healing in this situation. Ben Ramey's stepdad Tom suffering with memory deterioration. Denai Kimalot needing a creative miracle in the bones and skeletal frame. We're praying for Regina Marlin, Bob Perkins, and Marcia's neighbor Carol, who are dealing with shingles. Paula needing to have knee surgery, and this has been delayed due to insurance issues. Also, Paula's husband is now home on hospice care. Our understanding is that this is a temporary placement as he needs strength and help to recuperate. We're praying also for Kristen's cousin Daryl and for Sharon Downing, who are on hospice care. And Daryl's situation has become very tenuous over the past couple of days. We're lifting up this morning Chase and Sherry with liver issues. Also, Johnny Nelson's cousin has cirrhosis of the liver. We're praying for healing for those who suffer with Parkinson's disease, those who battle with migraines. My Aunt Virginia and Darla Crane are both going through chemo and radiation treatments post-cancer surgery. We have several who are battling cancer in their body currently, including Melissa Petzold with breast cancer, Bob Stanley with brain cancer, Amy Dees with thyroid cancer. Also praying for Cheryl, Diane Escher, Venus's niece Heather, Gladys Sims, who was recently diagnosed with adenocarcinoma, Tony Nelson, Marsha Moore's friends' grandparents, Michelle Strain's sister Cindy, Christy Smith, Kristen's Aunt Jean, who has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Johnny's cousin Kathy, Jamie Joe's grandfather, who has lung cancer, Donna Hayes, Ari Bowers, Kristen's friend Betty, Alice Elizabeth, Claire, Dwayne Lewis, Sherry, who also suffers from lupus, Dennis Phelps, and Brother Sherman's wife's father, I believe it is, Jose Salinas, needing healing of cancer today. Let's pray for Bob Ilm, Rebecca Rush, Gary Shepard, Kendra Ortiz, Robbie Northrup, and Edwin Lopez, all with lung or respiratory conditions. Several on our list dealing with heart issues, including Bud Taylor, David Duggar, Jimmy Warren, who needs a heart valve replacement, Don and Betty Causey, who both had recent surgeries due to heart conditions, Amy Dees with congestive heart failure at a very young age, Michelle Strain's mother, Cheryl LaChance, Kelly B., Janie Parrott's nephew Blaine, Kenny Prenzel, Mike Sappington, who's on the waiting list for a heart transplant, Sister Patty Arnold, and Joyce Fisk, also Brother Mark Morris, who I am glad to say has been doing well enough to do some traveling and ministering in area churches. So we give God praise for that improvement. Many children on our list who need continued prayers: Bailey May, Abram, Abel, Arlo, Tano, Brantley, Elsie, Lorelei, Jenna, Tucker, Navy, Milo, Baby Dallas, Baby G, Abby, Gus's grandson, Darla's granddaughter, Tammy Lawson's granddaughter, Teen Elise. All of these need a healing touch today. Let's pray for those who are battling with dementia, those who suffer with MS, including Tracy Powers, Riley March, Sarah Stroop, and Pastor Marty DeLotte. Many who are dealing with diabetes, including myself. I go for lab tomorrow and a checkup on Tuesday. So I ask for your prayer covering in that regard, and also that you lift up Cindy and Lloyd, Tim, Steve, Anthony, Michael, Emily, Evie, Rose, Becca, Christina, JR, Natalie, Grady, Jimmy Warren, Cheryl LaChance, Brother Pulliam, and also Christian Carr and Titus Dornbach with juvenile diabetes. The rest of those, I believe, are all adults. With stomach issues, let's keep praying for Aubrey, Natalie, Olivia, Pam Pulliam's granddaughter Savannah, Ginger Williams with diverticulitis and hernia, Michael Parrott with Crohn's disease, Heather Spence, and Tony Nelson's daughter Amber Kay, who was recently diagnosed with gastroparesis. Many who have mobility problems, arthritis, and back pain. Today, let's continue to remember each of these in our prayers, including Sammy, Sheila, Chris, Renee, Rose, June, and Sister Judy's mom, Brianna Williams, Gary, Terry Nelson, Johnny Nelson, Michael Parrott, Lori Gravel, Melena Cummins, Carolyn Rogers, Becky Wilson, Rebecca Williams, Bob O, Britt Moore, Cindy Page, and Pam Pulliam's daughter, Jenny. We're praying for continued recovery for Pastor Mike Cummings of Marionville, Missouri, who suffered a brain aneurysm recently, has undergone major surgery for this, and thankfully has already shown tremendous improvement. We're believing for his full recovery, as well as full recovery for the rest of these on our list who have been there for quite some time. Pastor David Kent, Jewel, Dalton, Kathy Hardy, Seth, Pastor Chris Dew, Melena's mother, Michelle Strain's sister Cindy, Carmen's cousin Shannon, Anthony Sifford, Wayne Owens, Buddy Randolph, Billy Huey, Carmen's cousin Kelly, Tina's mother, Johnny's nephew Joey, and Sheila Sappington. In our other health needs today, let's continue praying for Chris Cragson, and add his wife Carrie to that list. George Tibbs, Mike and Tony Hodge, Doug Seaball, Mara Sullivan, Sarah Seaball, Michelle Clark, Sheila Sadler, Shirley Perkins, Janet, Robin, Judy Williams' brother, Shirley Garner, and Devin Huff. We need to continue to pray for our North American and global missionaries. We have many spiritual and family needs to lift up today. I'll be going to Mingo Residential Care Center this afternoon for Bible study and spending time with the residents there. I ask for your prayer covering for that. Also, our Mingo Job Corps students, both current and alumni, need constant prayer. We're asking for God's direction and how to best proceed with the ministry there. We're praying for Destiny to grow in her relationship with God. We need to lift up those who are battling addiction. Charles, Dawson, Frank, Ashley, William, Josh, Allen, and many, many others. We're praying for Annette and Dave, that God would strengthen their home, the Clark family, Grace's best friend's family, Marcia and Britt's family, praying especially for their son Josh and for their granddaughter Addie. We're lifting up Jean, Lexi, Judy Johnson's grandson, Beulah Ziegler's granddaughter, Cheryl LaChance's family and friends, the Bolin family, Jenny Perkins' sister Lisa, who needs mental, emotional, and spiritual healing. We're praying for Jennifer and Brenda's family, J.R. Johnson. Continue praying for Sister Judy Williams' family, Pam Pulliam's family, Dana Vasquez, Debbie Biddick's family, the Sappingtons, Matt and Michaela, Mark and Caitlin, and Regina Marlin's family. Let's lift up all those who are in long-term care situations today, that they would receive the care that they need, and that they would be encouraged and strengthened in body, mind, and spirit. We have unspoken requests for Lana Lane, Judy Ogecki, Jessica O'Hara, an unspoken need for Johnny Nelson, who has a cousin in crisis that he's burdened for. Let's pray for that cousin. For unspoken need in Brother Pulliam's family, Sister Pam has an unspoken request. Pastor Chuck Clark has a job situation. He needs the Lord to move in. Mike Hodge is needing to sell his home. Carmen's sister Tracy also needing to sell her house. We're praying for an expedient sale at or above the asking price for these two requests. Let's continue to remember our military personnel, specifically Fort Campbell families, Judy and Mike's grandson Andrew, who's serving in Romania, Johnny Nelson's nephew Mark, stationed in Japan, and Grace's husband Johnny, doing basic training currently in Texas. We're praying for traveling mercies for Carmen and Grace. They are currently winging their way back to Nashville from Germany. And so let's pray traveling mercies for them throughout the day as they're expected to be traveling, I believe, the better part of today and maybe even into this evening. We also want to pray for all those who are going to be traveling over the Memorial Day weekend and holiday. My parents and my sister and her family will be traveling all day tomorrow as they're leaving out for vacation. And I know so many others